So today's video will be a little bit different. This is a position and a technique that I've been working on with the guys in the room quite a bit, using the elbow pass. Well, not quite a bit, but experimenting with it with some of the more experienced guys. We've been working a lot on using the fake and the snap to force our opponent's hands to the mat. That's what the whole team has been working on. But I have a few wrestlers who use the elbow pass already. So we've been working on using the elbow pass to get their hands to the mat as well. As you guys know, that's a position I'm obsessed with lately. I even made it a cover of my second book, right? Recreating that position in any way that we can from the hand fight. So we're going to be looking at that. The thing that motivated me to make a video about it is I saw a high school kid on Instagram who's pretty good at it. So we're going to be looking at his clips at the end of the video. But I'm going to show elbow pass to a high crotch, elbow pass to a snatch, elbow pass to baiting the underhook first, and then we're going to get into that part. And I'm going to show some clips of some of our Cadet World Champions from the last weekend as well. So here you have Austin DeSanto, right? He's going to clear the collar tie. And then now he has room to get to the leg for the basic elbow pass to a high crotch. Him doing it again. Next, beach wrestling example of a wrestler doing it without hitting his knee, obviously. And notice his opponent doesn't have a collar tie. He has just like his hand posted, resting on his shoulder. He can still do the elbow pass. And he gets to the leg. This also opens up quite a bit when you're pressuring into your opponent, and they pressure back with the collar tie to avoid getting backed up. A lot of times, an elbow pass to a snatch. A lot of times, the leg just comes to you when they're really pressuring with that collar tie. It's an attack I like a lot. This is Tamuro Sure. Elbow pass. He clears the collar tie using the elbow pass motion, and the opponent ends up getting the underhook. That happens quite a bit. So I'm going to show you two clips of one of my wrestlers, Malik, of him using it. And we do a lot of fireman's carries or fireman's dumps. I should call them lazy fireman's. It's all the same family of moves. I do this every time I do it. A dump variation. We do the dump quite a bit. So here you can see his opponent has a collar tie, and when we elbow pass to clear the collar tie, we keep the tricep. We keep the elbow. And they almost always come up with an underhook because the opening is there. They need something to do with their hand, and as soon as they do that, we go right in for the dump. Again here. And this clip is what kind of started it. This was a few months ago, back in May. But, so his opponent has a screw lock, which is interesting. I found that funny. You don't really see that too much. So he clears it, and he creates that position for a split second. So when I was watching this back, I'm like, okay, cool. I had just started studying this position a little bit. He still has the tricep, so his opponent ends up getting that underhook. They almost always punish the underhook when you keep that tricep because it feels awkward for them to do anything else, and then he goes in for the dump. But as you guys know, I keep up on my beach wrestling. This is a clip from the same match earlier when the guy used the elbow pass to a snatch. But he uses the elbow pass. Notice that he uses the snap to create that position as well, right? Nice elbow snaps. But he's going to use the elbow pass to force his opponent's hands to the mat. He keeps his hands to the mat, or keep his hand to the mat, and he gets the angle for the near side cradle. Obviously, as soon as they touch, that's a takedown. But in folk style or freestyle, you would keep going. So again, elbow pass, hands to the mat. Very basic technique. And then he uses it to his advantage to get to the near side cradle. We're going to look at Keegan Bassett. Use it at the Cadet World Championships or U17 World Championships. He's going to force his hands to the mat. And once they get to this position, it's very hard for them to defend. If you haven't already, check out my bookstore on Shopify where I have these two books published, as well as my third book, Master the Cross Wrist. I also have a fourth book coming out very soon. Should be out before the end of the month. I know you guys will love them. And let's get back to the video. Orion Mills next. This is last weekend on the way to their world titles. They both won the world championships for people who don't keep up with age level stuff or freestyle. So right here, notice how he tucks his chin into his chest, and the top of his head is going to be facing down to the mat, right? It's almost like an elbow pass, and the way when you elbow pass the hand to the ground, then it's like an elbow pass and the snap. And his opponent is never able to recover from getting into this bad position, and Mills takes advantage of that and gets the takedown. So now we're going to be looking at Aslan. I hope I'm saying his name right. I wish I would have checked it, but I'm pretty sure it's Aslan. So he's going to force his opponent's hands to the mat. Again, he likes doing elbow pat, like getting to the front headlock and then going shuck off of it. I wouldn't use that personally as my primary option, but it's not the end of the world. It's not a bad option. I would just have like a head in the hole option, something that works more consistently at the highest level. Like if you see my video on Magomed Ramazanov, he always uses head in the hole, but I'm sure he'll develop that in the future. Right, pretty basic. They collar tie. He gets that hand to the ground. Does it consistently. The kid collar ties, and I like it because he's not letting the guy just hang on them in the collar tie, which is such a problem at the high school level, and I'm sure at the middle school and youth level as well. Guys, their opponent gets a collar tie, and they just let them rest there. So this is him actually made a tutorial on it, of it on Instagram. But opponent clubs, and he's just going to elbow pass it right off. And it's more of it's an elbow pass when you go to when you have an angle. If you go straight down, it's just a snap. But that's a great elbow pass right there. So this is just another option to use when you have that tricep / elbow control, which we use quite a bit because we do the dump a lot, as you guys have seen. We do the fireman to dump quite a bit, and some of the guys on the team are starting to combine it with the Jack's 4 slide by, right? So elbow control, they collar tie or inside tie, you end up doing the slide by. So this is just another option to use. Obviously, as you guys saw, some of the guys on the team are already using the elbow pass, so if we can create that hands on the mat, weight on the hands position, that would be perfect. So thank you guys for staying to the end of the video, and I will see you on the next one.